Basketball fans, welcome to the Vancouver Island University Gymnasium, and a big hello to fans watching at home on SportsCanada.tv for this evening's PACWEST basketball matchup featuring the visiting Columbia Bible College Bearcats from Abbotsford against your VIU Mariners. The VIU Mariners recognize and appreciate the privilege to live, learn, and compete on the unceded territory of the Snuneymuxw First Nation. The strong partnership between VIU and Snuneymuxw provides a solid foundation for the success of the Mariners as students and as athletes. We'd also like to send a big thank you out to our friends from VIU Thrive and the VIU Students Union, here today to help us make some noise for mental health. This time, fans, now let's meet the starting lineups for both teams, beginning with the visiting CBC Bearcats. At guard, number 3, Kyle Brown. At forward, number 6, Jonathan Dillon. Point guard, number 9, Clive Adams. At forward, from Nanaimo, number 22, Brad Lansdell. And at forward, number 23, Keegan Schuerman. The Bearcats are coached by Drew Slang, assisted by Chad Ashton. The Columbia Bible College Bearcats. And now the starting lineup for your VIU Mariners. Fifth-year guard from Richland, Washington, number 3, Lendo Radcliffe. Third-year forward from Calgary, number 9, Akoy Yuat. Fifth-year guard from St. Louis, Missouri, number 11, Richard Anderson. Second-year forward from Prince Rupert, BC, number 12, Kai Layton. And fifth-year guard from Denham Springs, Louisiana, number 20, Tori Odom. And the rest of your VIU Mariners.
All right, basketball fans, welcome to the beginning of the men's basketball matchup between the VIU Mariners and the visiting CBC Bobcats. My name is Austin Height, coming to you live from the Vancouver Island University Gymnasium, and we're just about to tip off here. You might have heard from Matt Carter, but some of the starters from the Bobcats, as Tori Odom instantly comes away with the steal, comes back the other way on the fast break, gets fouled on the layup attempt, and looks like he is going to go to the free throw line early in this one, not even 10 seconds in, for a chance at 2 points. Some of the starters for the Bobcats, you got Kyle Brown, Jonathan Dillon, Clive Adams, and then you have Brad Lansdale and Keegan Schuerman, as Tori Odom makes the first free throw. He has been absolutely electric so far this season for the Mariners. In 10 games played, he plays just about 30 minutes as Mariners get the offensive rebound off the Odom free throw miss, and he finishes it off with the right-hand layup off the glass through contact. Tori Odom getting things started early. Certainly what the Mariner fans are used to. The Mariners getting going offensively right away here, pushing the pace regardless of their opponent. And a beautiful block inside. I believe Rich Henderson got the 5-finger discount on that one. Radcliffe through the oop to Akoy Yuat, and he finishes it up with the layup. We've seen a bunch of that since Akoy Yuat's return to Mariner basketball, as he comes away with the steal right. And Landon Radcliffe tries to save that one from going out of bounds, but Bobcats come back the other way. So much has happened in the first minute of play already. Reverse layup, beautiful by Krosina, looks like. That one's off the mark. Three-pointer for the Bobcats is good. Brad Lansdale, the first-year forward at Nanaimo, BC. Certainly going to be a jump in his step, considering that he's playing at home. A Dover Bay Secondary School alumni. Radliff gives it to Uwat. Tries the spin move, but good defense there by Jonathan Dillon. Uwat. Offensive rebound by Henderson. Layup is no good. Last touched by the Bobcats, though, as that ball goes out of bounds. It's going to remain Mariner basketball. Off the inbound, Uwat tries to find Henderson inside, but that gets picked off by Sherman. Bobcats come back the other way. Layup no good. Uwat picks up the rebound, finds Tori Odom back the other way, hands it off to Kai Layton. To Uwat for Radliff in the corner. He is all alone, and that rattles in and out. Henderson gets the offensive rebound, though. Uwat, nice spin move with the left hand. He gets fouled and will go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 points. Uwat, after strong performances to start 2023, was awarded with men's PACWEST basketball Athlete of the Week here at VIU. Native from Calgary, Alberta, who misses the first free throw. It's so great to have him back after not playing during the first semester of school. He's hit the ground running here in 2023. A welcomed addition to an already seemingly unbeatable Mariners squad, who are going into tonight currently sporting a 10-0 record. Meanwhile, CBC trying to get their second win of the year. They've lost 9 of their 10 games so far this year. And Krosina, who comes into the game, he nearly turns that one over, but it's last touched by the Mariners instead, and will remain Bobcat basketball. 7:47 remaining in the first quarter. Mariners up 6-3 in this one. Dillon, nice move to the basket. He throws it in the quarter to Krosina, and that three is off the mark from the far right corner. Odom back in transition, using that speed to get to the cup, and he puts it in with the right hand off the glass. Tori Odom, been in instant attack mode ever since tip-off. He's got a couple of baskets already in this one, and a free throw as well. The Bobcats have it up top. Henderson guarding Sherman. Tough shot over Henderson. That one's off the mark and rebounded by Rich. Odom gives it to Radliff, who drives to the cup and gets fouled. A beautiful pass there, nearly cross court from Tori Odom. An incredible pace to this game early. It's going to be a timeout here for the Bobcats. Eight to 3 lead right now for the Mariners. Tori Odom has 5 of the Mariners' 8. 2 or 3 shots hit from the field. He's hit 1 or 2 free throws. He's also got a rebound and I believe a steal as well. Now, Tori Odom has been absolutely on fire this year, as have many of the Mariners. But Tori Odom, most notably, he's in the top 5 for points per game leaders for men's PACWEST basketball. Currently averaging 18.4 points per game. He was averaging over 20, and then, Akoy Uwat comes back, and so you got to, disperse the shots a little bit more when you're adding such a talent like Uwat. So it's not like Odom has been less efficient. It's just been, you got to share the wealth more, right? The Mariners are such a deep team, both in their starting unit and on the bench. So it's great to see everyone sharing the rock, even more than they already have. Couple of made free throws there by Landon Radliff to get him on the board in this one. steal coming back the other way. I believe Rich Henderson got that one. He's waiting for Radliff to come across half court and hand that off so we can set him a screen. Beautiful feed. Radliff throws it up for Uwat, who lays it in yet again. It's 2 alley-oop passes early in this game, and we have yet to see a slam from Uwat or Henderson, so certainly get ready to see those. Back the other way come the Bobcats. Jonathan Dillon uses the left hand to put that one in. Mariners up 12-5 with just under 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Layton gives it to Uwat, who swings it to Radliff. Thrown down low to Henderson. Finds Layton in the corner, who pulls the trigger quickly. And Henderson, off the rebound, is going to get an over-the-back foul called on him as he was trying to scrap and claw for the rebound on that one. It's going to be Bobcat basketball, it looks like. Crosina being hounded by Tori Odom. Yeah, Tori Odom, not just a facilitator and bucket getter, he is also an incredibly tenacious defender. Less than 4 on the shot clock, and Okoye Uwat, a block from behind. He gave that one to five-finger discount. Radliff coming back the other way in the fast break, and he finishes the layup with the right hand off the glass. Landon Radliff pushing the pace here in transition for the Mariners, gives them 14. In the corner now, the Bobcats, baseline drive. Basket is made, but a travel is called. I believe that was Kyle Brown who made his way to the basket and took the extra step there, it looked like. It's going to be Mariner basketball. Uwat to inbound here to Tori Odom, who's instantly picked up off the pass by Kyle Brown, the fourth-year guard from Los Angeles, California. Odom swings it to Radliff. He's looking for Uwat, who bullies his way inside and gets the friendly roll off the iron into the basket. Okoye Uwat getting going early in this game as well, currently with 5 points on an efficient 3 of 4 shooting from the field. He's also got a rebound to his name. He's also finished 2 alley-oops facilitated by Landon Radliff, who is third in Mariner scoring at the moment with 4 points and 4 assists. And apologies, Uwat doesn't have 5. He has 7 points now after that last bucket. So apologies, the live stats hadn't updated yet. Corner 3 from the Bobcats is good. Keegan Sherman absolutely drills that one from the right corner in front of their bench. Odom coming back the other way. His layup's off the mark. Henderson tries to save that one, but it goes out of bounds off Rich. And it's going to be Bobcat basketball. Bobcats drive, baseline, floater off the glass is off the mark by Ubaldo, sorry. Kai Layton tried to find Henderson, looked like, and it got picked off by the Bobcats, running fast in transition. Sherman tried to kick it outside to Asseret, but that gets deflected by the Mariners, it looks like, and will be Bobcat basketball on the Mariner baseline. Odom off the inbound, comes away with the steal. He's all alone on the fast break and finishes it with the right hand off the glass. Tori Odom. Excellent defensive IQ and great use of foot speed to get the fast break bucket. So valuable to this VIU Mariner group. I've mentioned it before on other broadcasts, but he reminds me so much of Allen Iverson. It's not just that they're, smaller guards and stuff. It's just that how much effort they put into it, and they're so explosive, and that first step is lethal. Also, the way they drive to the hoop, they do not care that players are bigger than them, as Uwat gets stripped there by Jonathan Dillon, who comes back the other way, puts it up with the right hand and finishes it off despite the great defense from Uwat. But Tori Odom, just like Allen Iverson in so many ways, especially absorbing contact when he's hit by bigs down low in the paint, driving to the hoop. So such a lethal player on all ends of the court, as well as many of the Mariners players, and that's a big reason why they are currently undefeated this year. Ball is inbounded to the Bobcats. Tori Odom playing some really suffocating defense there. Dillon driving inside on the much bigger Uwat. Gets a good look but can't finish off the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Bobcats, it looked like. Odom gives it to Uwat. Swings it to Radliff. Back to Uwat, who fires a three from the top of the key, and that one's off the mark. Henderson, offensive rebound. He's hounded by 3 Bobcats, and Henderson, so big and strong, almost gets away with that offensive rebound, but it trickles out of bounds during the scramble, and it's going to go to the Bobcats. Ryan Bastian, who's checking in for the first time in this one. Looks like Kai Layton is going to take a well-deserved breather. In the corner of the Bobcats, baseline drive. Tori Odom wanted the charge there, but that one's no good. The jump shot by the Bobcats made by Ubaldo. Nice looking release there by the first-year guard from Surrey, BC. Radliff finds Bastian in the corner, down low to Henderson. Nice power move to the basket and a beautiful reverse layup for the easy deuce. Richard Henderson establishing himself physically early in this game, as there's about a minute and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. The Mariners currently up 20-12 as Kai Layton's coming back in. Looks like he's going to take off Akoy Uwat. And Jackson Cooks from Prince George, BC, the second-year guard, Dutchess Park Secondary School alumni, the former Condor, coming into the game. He had a great last few games at home for the Mariners. Caught fire from 3, especially in the second game against the Camosun Chargers. What a showcase that was from the Prince George guard. Henderson to Radliff, who fires from 3 at the top of the key, and he splashes it home. Landon Radliff. Silky release on that shot. Gives the Mariners another 3. Sherman hands that one off to Dillon. His scoop layup is off the mark and rebounded by Henderson. Radliff tried to find Kai Layton, but that gets picked off by Asseret. Jab step there from Ubaldo. He drives inside, looks for the pass, swings it to the corner. Shot for 3 as the shot clock's winding down, but that one doesn't touch the rim and is rebounded by the Mariners. Less than a minute remaining in the first quarter. Radliff, top of the key again. Henderson gets the offensive rebound and cleans up the scraps for the easy 2. Richard Henderson, another 2 points there for VIU. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter now. Mariners up 13 against the Bobcats early in this one. A lot of basketball left to be played, though. Step back fake. That one's kicked out. Another shot from 3 by the Bobcats is off. Henderson, another defensive rebound. 10 seconds remaining. Probably the last shot of the quarter. Len Radliff going to take his time here. He drives inside, puts the layup off the glass. Henderson tried the putback layup off the rebound, and that one's no good. It's going to stay 25-12. as we are going to enter the second quarter of play. Really fast-paced game. Some great looks by either team. The Mariners just hitting a few more of them than the Bobcats are. And as both teams take a well-deserved breather, the VIU Spirit Squad coming onto the court to keep those in attendance and those viewing at home entertained here. And while that happens, I'll give a few high points in terms of individual stats for each player. I'll probably do that every quarter. So some bright spots for the Bobcats. Jonathan Dillon leading the charge offensively. He's got 4 points on an efficient 2 of 4 shooting from the field. Brad Lansdale tied for second in Bobcat points. He's got 3. One field goal make happens to be a 3-pointer. And Keegan Sherman also hit a 3-pointer. He's got 3 as well. And on the VIU Mariner side of things, Landon Radliff getting things started early. He's one of 3 Mariner players with 7 points in this game. And Radliff also has 4 assists. 2 of them are beautiful alley-oop passes to Akoy Uwat, who finished those off with the layup. And Uwat also has 2 rebounds to his name on an efficient 3 of 5 shooting from the field. And Torrey Odom, who got things started right away on both ends of the court for the Mariners. He also has 7 points, a rebound as well on an efficient 3 of 5 shooting. And Richard Henderson, he's already got 10 rebounds in this game to go along with an assist and 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting. Cooks hands that one off to Zimmerman, over to Kai Layton, and Noah Leto, who's wearing number 13 instead of number 16 today. Leto inside, and he gets the right-handed hook to go. Noah Leto, once again wearing number 13 instead of 16 in this matchup. We saw that the last time that the Mariners played at home. And coming back the other way are the Mariners after the Kyle Brown foul. It's going to be his first personal of the game, I believe. Zimmerman tried to find Bastian with the backdoor alley-oop. Bastian couldn't quite get up for that, but he finishes off the layup off the glass. Ryan Bastian, certainly one of the many spark plugs in that secondary unit for the Mariners. Does so many great things, including provide tenacious defense, particularly on ball, and is certainly a threat on both ends of the court for the Mariners. Almost a schoolyard shot there by Brad Lansdale. Not able to get to the hoop, though, as the clock was winding down. Lansdale was trying to prevent the turnover, but it comes back the other way anyways. Bastian gives it to Layton, hands it off to Zimmerman. Leto over to Layton. Bastian, nice jab step, cut to the hoop, through contact, gets fouled on the way up. And Ryan Bastian going to the free throw line in this one. Going to get a chance at 2 free throw shots here to try and put the Mariners up by 2 more points. They're currently leading the Bobcats 29-12 with 8:29 remaining in the second quarter and in the first half. He makes the first free throw. Bastian has been incredible here for the Mariners. He has 1 start this year in 10 games, but in the other 9, he's predominantly coming off the bench as one of those spark plugs that I mentioned. In about 18 and a half minutes, he's averaging 7 points a game on an unworldly about 62% shooting from the field and nearly 47% from three-point territory. And he makes about 86% of his free throws as well. So certainly a three-level scorer here for the Mariners, able to score everywhere on the court as he pleases. Three-pointer this time by Brad Lansdell by the Bobcats, off yet again. It's going to be Mariner basketball coming back the other way. 8:02 remaining in the first half of play. Mariners still up 31-12. Cooks gives it to Zimmerman, both players from Prince George, BC. Dutchess Park Secondary School alumni, former Condors. Bastian drives inside. His floater off the glass just nearly rims out. Last touched by the Mariners. It's going to be Bobcat basketball. Mariners playing a little bit of a press, trying to eliminate all the time and space that the Bobcats have and keep them on their toes and try to force them to make mistakes. That's something that we certainly saw a lot of from Camosun when they came to VIU a couple of weeks ago. And it's certainly one of the many things that the Mariners do well is playing at a fast pace. They have so many great athletes. It's certainly easy to do. Olmstead back up top, hands it off to Dillon. Couple dribble moves and a spin, throws it outside, but gets called for a travel. Took one too many steps there on his pickup, and they're going to come back the other way, the Mariners. Richard Henderson coming back into the game yet again. He is going to give Noah Leto a well-deserved breather. Also in the game, checking in recently, Modrovic, who's had a really strong year for the Mariners as well. Henderson, nice jab step, spin, hands it off, bullet pass to Bastian. Cooks makes his way to the basket off of the brick wall screen from Ryan Bastian. And Cooks from Prince George able to put that one in off the glass for the easy deuce. What a screen there from Bastian. It's like running into a brick wall. And back the other way are the Bobcats. Ubaldo is able to put that one into the hoop. Modrovic, guarded by Dillon, hands that one off to Zimmerman. Henderson, a step inside the three-point line. His mid-range jumper just bounces out. And it's rebounded by the Bobcats, who come back the other way. They slow things up, though, and don't run on the fast break, so they're taking their time with this one. And Sherman, three-pointer from the right side, top of the key. Can't necessarily get that one to go. Cooks hands it off to Richardson. Another reverse layup by Rich Henderson from St. Louis. My, oh my. He's establishing himself early in this half for the Mariners, as many of their players are. Bobcats kick it outside to the right corner for three. One's off the mark, rebounded by Modrovic. Cooks hands that one off to Bastian. Modrovic found Bastian. A little give and go there. Bastian, after he passed it, he didn't stop his feet. He kept moving and slashed right through the paint and gave him an easy look at the basket there. Beautiful assist there as well by Modrovic. Rebound by Bastian, coming back the other way. Kick to the corner to Zimmerman, back up to Cooks. To Henderson on the baseline. He's guarded by Sherman. Up to Zimmerman. Cooks drives baseline, but there's a whistle on the play. Looks like that might have been a travel called on Jackson Cooks. Yeah, they called a turnover there, so it looks like he took an extra step before he took his dribble. Torrey Odom coming back into the game for the Mariners. He's going to give Jackson Cooks a well-deserved rest after playing some really nice minutes off the bench here early for the Mariners. Kicked outside for the Bobcats. Sherman on Henderson, blows right by him. Makes his way to the cup and gets fouled on the way there. Henderson is going to pick up a foul on that play on Sherman. It's going to be his second personal of the game so far, so that's 2 already early in the first half. So Henderson is going to have to make sure he's taking special care of when he reaches in. And, big part of his game is his physicality. He's such a big, strong, tall, lengthy, and agile physical specimen. So he's going to have to make some changes here to make sure he doesn't take himself off the court. Odom tried to find Uat, who was all alone in the paint, but it gets picked off just as it was about to get there. Bobcats drive inside, kick that one out. Van Egdom swings that one to the right corner. Baseline now, Sherman over Henderson, and he drills it. A beautiful mid-range jumper there by Keegan Sherman, the first-year guard at Chilliwack, BC. Uat finds Modrovic alone in the paint, and he gets the easy deuce with the finger roll there. Marcus Modrovic from Victoria, BC. Baseline drive there for the Bobcats, and Jonathan Dillon flushes it with both hands. Beautiful slam dunk there from the first-year forward from California. Radliff comes right back down the other way, and a beautiful reverse layup with the left hand. Tori Odom off the inbound, gets the steal though, gives it to Uat. Kicks that one to Radliff. Nice pump fake. Tried to find Tori Odom. A bit of a miscommunication about where the pass was going, and that goes out of bounds off Radliff last. It's going to be the Bobcat inbound. Ubaldo. Covered by Odom, goes by him. Dillon again, same spot, the baseline drive. He slams it down with both hands. He's getting that vertical warmed up early in this one. A couple of highlight plays there from Jonathan Dillon, the first-year forward out of California, standing 6'6". He's a leaper for sure. Modrovic gives it to Odom, who tries to feather it to Uat there, but that nearly gets picked off by Sherman. Radliff, as time winds down, puts up a one-legged three-pointer so that they don't get the turnover. That one's off the mark. Uat almost got the rebound there. Bobcats coming back the other way. Lansdale working on Uat, and Uat comes away with the steal. Gives it to Tori Odom. The unselfish play there by Uat, and Tori Odom finishes the fast break layup off the turnover with the right hand. Bobcats wasting no time, coming back the other way. Layups off the mark though. Henderson grabs the defensive rebound. Odom tried to throw a rocket of a pass to Uat, but Ubaldo gets a hand on it, made a loud smack on his palm as it went right off of him. Modrovic in the corner off the inbound, and he splashes it home. The lefty lets it spray from the right corner. Marcus Modrovic heating up a bit off the bench for the Mariners in this second quarter. Couple of buckets. Bobcats three-pointer, top of the key is good. Levi Van Egdom able to drill that one home from beyond the arc. Modrovic to Odom. Back to Radliff, who fires it from deep. Henderson on the putback dunk. That one's no good. That would have been marvelous. Whether it was the putback or the deep three by Radliff, either of those would have been spectacular. Those are both off the mark. Looks like it's going to be Bobcat ball. The players just making sure that the court isn't wet, especially down in the paint where it's such a high volume traffic area. Uat playing some nice defense there on Lansdale. Sherman hands that one off. Great defense on Crosina by Odom. Forces the turnover, and the Mariners are going to inbound to come back the other way with 1:10 left. They're currently sporting a 46-24 lead over the CBC Bobcats. The intensity of this game has been crazy high so far. Uat to Modrovic. Henderson to Radliff up top. Throws another alley-oop pass, this time intended for Henderson, and that gets picked off. Coming back the other way is Crosina. Hands that one off to Dillon. Thrown in the corner to Van Egdom. Lansdale throws it inside to Crosina, who finishes off the layup with the right hand off the glass. Gives the Bobcats 26. Less than 30 remaining in the second quarter. Radliff going to inbound on the Bobcat baseline for the Mariners. He finds Odom, 15 on the shot clock, about 20 left in the game. Radliff in the corner for three. That one rattles in and out. Uat with the putback layup off the offensive rebound. Akoy Uat from Calgary, Alberta gets another 2 points here for the Mariners as time is going to wind down shortly in the first half. Just like in the women's game before this one, really fast-paced between CBC and VIU. Beautiful pass inside. Sherman able to end the half with a backdoor bucket. Off the feed from Ubaldo, I believe. And that's going to do it for the first half of action between the VIU Mariners and the Columbia Bible School. The Columbia Bible College Bobcats. Mariners currently up 48-28, and while the halftime break is getting started, the VIU Spirit Squad, as usual, is going to keep those in attendance and at home online watching the game entertained. And while they do that, I'm going to rattle off some quick individual player stats here before we take a break before the second half of action. So on the Bobcats side of things, Jonathan Dillon leading the way offensively for the Bobcats. He's got 8 points to his name on an efficient 4 of 6 shooting. He had 2 monster dunks off the baseline drive. Some highlight reel plays there from Jonathan Dillon. Next in Bobcat scoring with 7 points, Keegan Sherman. He's hit a 3-pointer on two tries and has made 3 of 7 shots from the field. And Ubaldo has also played well early in this one. He's got 5 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound on 2 of 5 shooting. He's also hit a 3. And Van Egdom, 3 points, a rebound, and has hit his only field goal, which is also a 3-pointer. And on the Mariner side of things, we got 3 VIU players very close to double digits, all with 9 points. First off, we got Landon Radliff with 9, 4 assists. 2 of those are 2 beautiful alley-oop passes finished by Akoy Uat, who also has 9 points. He's got 2 assists of his own and 5 rebounds as well on an efficient 4 of 7 shooting. Tori Odom also has 9. He's got 2 dimes and a rebound and 4 of 6 shooting from the field. And Ryan Bastian, an incredible spark plug for the Mariners off the bench on both sides of the ball. He's got 6 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds, doing a little bit of everything here for VIU. On 2 of 5 shooting. He's also made both of his free throw shots. And Richard Henderson, he has 6 points. And we're on double-double watch with him, too. He's got 6 points and 13 rebounds already. He's been an absolute monster on both ends of the glass. He's made 3 of 7 of his shots. He's also got an assist to his name as well. And finally, Marcus Madrovic, he's got 5 points on an. He has yet to miss a shot. He made both of his field goals, one of which happened to be a three-pointer. He's also got an assist and a rebound. He had a beautiful assist, an absolute rocket of a pass backdoor to Ryan Bastian, who did Bastian also did an excellent job on that play, playing off the ball and using his foot speed that Mariner fans are so accustomed to find some open floor. So that's going to do it for the first half of action between VIU and CBC men's basketball teams. Once again, Mariners lead 48-28. Once again, my name is Austin Height. We're going to take a bit of a break. I'm going to be back in about 9-10 minutes. And yeah, we'll get going with the second half of action between VIU and CBC.
right, Mini Mariners, if we could please return the basketballs as we have the teams coming back to warm up. Once again, all the Mariners in training, Island Swishers, please return the basketballs and we'll let the teams back to warm up. Thank you very much for your participation. Basketball fans, welcome back for the second half of action between the VIU.
All right, basketball fans, welcome back for the second half of action between the VIU Mariners and the CBC Bobcats. Once again, my name is Austin Height, coming to you live from the VIU Gymnasium. The Mariners in the first half jumped out to a comfortable 20-point lead. They currently lead the Bobcats 48-28. Starting unit for the Mariners back out there. Radliff swings it to Odom. Over to Layton, who fires from the right corner. One's off the mark. Rebounded offensively by Uwat. Another one by Uwat. After about 3 offensive rebounds there. Apologies for that graphic still being up. Still getting used to the stream deck. Uwat able to put that one in off the glass. Dillon catches that one outside. Alley-oop pass intended for Sherman. That one's no good, but he's able to finish off the putback layup for the easy deuce. Uwat on the left wing. Back up to Layton. Back to Uwat. Over to Radliff, who drives inside and kicks out to Tori Odom, who fires from 3. That one hits the iron. Rebound, Uwat offensively. Radliff, same spot. That one's off the mark too. It's going to be Bobcat basketball there. Looks like Tori Odom's going to pick up a foul. Bit of a shove in the back there, it looked like the refs thought. Apologies, that was Kai Layton who picked up the foul. Looked like the refs signaled number 20 there, so apologies. Bobcats coming back the other way, trying to slice and dice through that frisky Mariners defense. Dillon through the contact by Uwat and finishes off the layup. Jonathan Dillon, who had quite the first half for the Bobcats. Couple of big dunks off the baseline drive, and Uwat comes right back down the other way off the feed from Radliff and finishes the layup. Dillon with Layton guarding him. Sherman kicked it outside, picked off by Odom. Fast break Odom, he's all alone, and he finishes it off with the right hand. Another two points there for Tori Odom from California. Dillon inside. Tried the acrobatic layup. That one's no good. However, Adams able to get that offensive rebound, and Sherman is going to finish off that play with a bucket. Sherman currently leading the Bobcats in scoring in this game. He's got 11 to his name. And Henderson, off the beautiful feed from Radliff, puts in the basket with the left hand. Radliff has been an excellent playmaker in this game. He usually is, but even more so in this game. Bobcats can't quite get their offensive set going. Trickles out of the hands of Lansdale, and it's going to be Mariner basketball. 7:14 remaining in the third quarter. Mariners up 58-34. It's been a really physical and high-paced game from both sides, despite what might seem like a lopsided score. Kai Layton in the corner for 3. That one's off the mark. Rebounded offensively by Uwat. Bobcats get a hand on it and put that one out of bounds. It's going to be Mariner basketball yet again on the Bobcat baseline. Looks like refs are going to restart that one. Looks like maybe a bit of trouble with the shot clock. But that gets fixed right away. And Radliff in the corner off the inbounds pass for 3. And he fires that one home. Landon Radliff with a splash in the right corner. Gives the Mariners another 3 points. Lansdale puts it in the corner. Adams, who has Uwat working on him. Nice screen there from Sherman. It's going to come back the other way. It's like a foul on the play, maybe. We're going to wait to see. Adams is going to pick up that offensive foul. Looks like he stuck his arm out there after the screen. Odom slicing and dicing through the defense. Tried to find Henderson, but no dice. Back the other way. Sherman, the finger roll with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Landon Radliff for the Mariners. Back in transition. Radliff finds Odom. Pump fake. He drives. Tries to find Uwat. Couldn't quite get the handle. He tried to save that one. It gets picked off. Odom with the steal the other way. Dillon nearly pickpocketed him. Picked his pocket, sorry. Uwat off the feed from Henderson, able to put that one in. Akoy Uwat currently leading the Mariners scoring with 15 points to his name in this one. He certainly seems to be in midseason form after missing the 2022 first half of this semester of this season. It's been great to see him back in action after a very successful season for the Mariners last year. He was the CCAA Men's Basketball Player of the Year, representing Nanaimo as well as Calgary, Alberta, where Uwat is from. Yeah, so like I said, great to have him back in the lineup in Mariner colors. Bobcats inbound. Less than 10 on the shot clock now. Sherman throws it inside to Lansdell. Layup off the mark. Odom with the defensive rebound. Comes back the other way. Drives inside. Layup with the right hand is good off the glass. Tori Odom slicing and dicing through a tightly packed Bobcat paint. Uwat with some nice defense there on Lansdell. Odom coming back the other way on the fast break. He finds Radliff in the right wing. Fires for three, and that one rattles in and out. Went all the way around the world on that roll on the rim. Adams. Looks like he stepped out of bounds on that baseline drive against Tori Odom, and it's going to be Mariner basketball. 4:49 in this very fast-paced game in third quarter. Mariners currently up 65-32. Layton to Radliff. Beautiful pass inside to Layton, who gives it right back to Radliff, who dashes his way inside and finishes the layup with the right hand with seemingly no defenders on him inside. Beautiful passing there between Layton and Radliff. Little give and go. Hard foul there by Henderson on Adams. I believe that's going to be Henderson's third personal. Yeah, so 3 personals. You can only have 5 in this league, and then you are escorted to the bench. Can no longer return. So that's Henderson's third personal. Still just under half of the third quarter remaining. So it was a good effort on that play to try and stop the layup by Adams. Henderson's got to watch out a little bit as he tries to stay out of foul trouble going into the fourth quarter. Excellent effort, though, defensively. Especially with a lead this size, it's important that the team with the big lead doesn't let up. And a big part of that is bringing the physicality on both ends, particularly when you're playing defense. Corner three-pointer by Lansdell off the mark. Odom gives it to Henderson on the fast break. He's coming back, powers through the lane, and finishes the layup with the left hand. Rich Henderson. That big body just bullying his way into the paint for the Mariners. What a physical force he is. Sherman, his three-pointer is off the mark. That was a really deep three there. Beautiful pass from Radliff to Layton, who gets fouled on the way up and will go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 shots. Another excellent pass there from Landon Radliff. He usually throws a lot of dimes out there. But today especially, I don't know what he had for his pregame meal. But he has been excellent, in kind of everywhere, as many of the Mariners have been. Layton able to make the first free throw. The forward from Prince Rupert, BC, is an incredible, important piece to the Mariners, especially in that starting unit that is just littered with star players. He's such a threatening player for opposing teams. His perimeter shooting, his facilitating, especially as a forward, his defense, his IQ, his leadership. I can hear him all the way up in my little crow's nest here, and I'm even wearing headphones. So, especially with Odom, Radliff, Uwat, Henderson, all in part of that starting five. Any of those guys can get hot. And so as a defense, you might want to throw some schemes there defensively where you double these guys, but you can't necessarily do that because you're going to leave someone else open. And guys like Kai Layton and, the rest of the starters and the bench players for the Mariners are lethal on all spots of the court. So, you got to stay honest, and you just got to force people to beat you man on man. Unfortunately, Lee, who's one of the 3-point percentage leaders in the men's PACWEST basketball league, is his first 3-pointers off the mark. Lee able to tie up the ball there. It's going to be Mariner basketball, it looks like, on the Bobcat baseline. Apologies, on the Mariner baseline, it looks like. And bit of a change call there. It looks like it is going to remain Bobcat basketball despite Peter Lee tying that one up for the jump. At the top of the key now. Ubaldo gets blocked from behind by Tori Odom. It seemed like he was floating on that one. Almost comes away with the steal as well and kind of vaults himself into the crowd, if you can see him there on the bottom of your screen there. So explosive is Tori Odom. Sherman, nice feed inside. Radliff thought he got the block on that one, but gets called for the foul on the Tyson Baker layup. And Baker is going to go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 shots. This is going to be Baker's first trip to the free throw line tonight. He has yet to hit a shot here, but has played some good minutes and done a lot of great things that don't necessarily show up in the box score for the Bobcats, as he can't get the second free throw to go. Scramble for the rebound. Uwat comes away with it. And Tyson Baker. Oh. And Akoy Uwat comes back the other way and gets another 2 points for the Mariners there. Believe that was off the feed from Radliff on that one. Apologies, that was Peter Lee with the assist. Uwat kicks that one out to Odom. Finds Henderson inside. Defense for the Bobcats, come away with the steal. Henderson thought there was a foul on that steal there by the Bobcats and gets called for a technical foul there. Refs thought he was chirping a bit too much there, and it's going to be another foul here for Richard Henderson. That's his 4th personal, and we've been talking about him trying to stay out of foul trouble through the rest of this game. Looks like they're going to keep Henderson in, though. Probably has a lot to do with the sizable lead that the Mariners have. They currently lead the Bobcats 73-35. If it was a much closer game, maybe Mariner head coach Matt Kuzminski would take him out there to kind of reserve him for kind of the later stages of the fourth, but seems to be staying in for the moment. Nice crossover there from Ubaldo. Shot inside, gets blocked it looked like, and rebounded by Henderson. I think Peter Lee got away with that block there. Radliff, pump fake, drive inside, through contact, and finishes the layup with the right hand. Beautiful finish there inside by Landon Radliff from Richland, Washington. Sherman in the corner, three-pointer, no good. Bobcats get the offensive rebound, though. Nice step back there from Lansdale. He throws it inside to Brown. And his mid-range pull-up there. Kyle Brown finishes the easy deuce there. Nice release there. Bit of a fadeaway on that one to get away from the lengthy defense of the Mariners. But Rovic throws it to Odom. Over to Radliff in the right corner. That three is off the mark. Bobcats get the rebound. Brad Lansdale in the corner for three. Kyle Brown drills that one from beyond the arc, right in front of the Mariner crowd. Less than a minute remaining in the third quarter. Mudrovic gives that one to Odom. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock, about 40 in the game left. Peter Lee gives it to Radliff, drives to the cup and finishes it with the right hand. Beautiful assist by Peter Lee to set up Brandon Radliff for another 2 points. Lansdale swings that one. Brown now, he steps back, passes that one over to Baker. Odom coming away with the steal, he's all alone. Layup with the right hand is good on the fast break off the turnover. Torrey Odom, another layup uncontested for him. And Radliff nearly comes away with the steal there, but gets called for the foul instead on Ubaldo, I believe. It's going to be Brandon Radliff's fourth personal of the game. Noah Layton. Apologies. Noah Leto coming into the game. Mixed up two names there. My bad. Noah Leto coming into the game while Richard Henderson is going to take a well-deserved breather, especially since he's in foul trouble as well. So, just 1 second remaining in the third quarter after these free throws. Ubaldo at the line. Who's been really good for the Bobcats so far, Ubaldo. In 10 games played, he started just under half of those. And in those games, he's averaging about 4 points a game on about 38% shooting from the field, 25 from beyond the arc, and he makes about 63.6% of his free throws. He also averages just under 2.5 rebounds a game, about 2 assists per game, and over half a steal a game. So does a little bit of everything and a lot of different roles here for the Bobcats, and is having a solid outing here against VIU. So for the quarter break, yet again, the VIU Spirit Squad coming onto the court to keep those in attendance and those viewing at home entertained here while both teams take a breather and strategize here for the fourth quarter, the final stanza here of the game. A couple of CBC Bobcats individual player statistics here. Sherman leading the way offensively for the Bobcats still. 13 points, a rebound. He's hit a three-pointer on 5 of 14 shooting. Jonathan Dillon, who had a couple of highlight reel baseline driving dunks, He's got 10 points, an assist, 2 rebounds on inefficient 5-9 shooting. And Ubaldo was just talking about him, certainly making a mockery of his season average in this one. He's exploded for 7 points, 2 assists and 3 rebounds. He's hit 1 of 2 of his 3-point tries as well, and both of his free throws. Peter Lee gives it to Medrovic. Back over to Cooks, who drives baseline. Back out to Lee, who pump fakes. Almost gets double teamed there. Looks like they're playing a little bit of a zone here, CBC is. Medrovic down low, power move to the basket, finishes it off with a layup. Marcus Medrovic, who's had an excellent game so far off the bench here for the Mariners, going into the fourth. Step back 3 off the mark for the Bobcats. Kyle Brown had a nice move there, but couldn't finish it off. Steal, Krosina coming back the other way. Brown. Three-pointer from way outside off the mark for the Bobcats as they were trying to get one off before committing a turnover due to the shot clock violation. In the corner, Medrovic for 3. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Jonathan Dillon. Lansdale gives it to Brown, who pulls up from mid-range. Can't quite make that one, though. Rebounded by Leto, who gives it up to Bastian. Peter Lee throws it to Medrovic, who's on the baseline, who's got Lansdale guarding him. Back over to Peter Lee. Step back 3, top of the key, and he makes it. He got fouled on the play too, so I think he's going to get a chance at a 4-point play here. Oh, unfortunately for the Mariners, it looks like the refs deemed that the foul came much before the shot. So it's going to be Mariner basketball still, and Ryan Bastian is going to inbound on the Mariner baseline instead of Lee going to the free throw line. That was a tough make, too, that he made. Absorbed the contact, gave him a little bump, and stepped back on him. Pulled the shot right in his mouth. That would have been a highlight reel for sure. Peter Lee from 3 in the corner. That one's off the mark, but it's rebounded on the offensive glass by Medrovic, and he finishes off the layup. Medrovic has been scoring at all 3 levels, inside, outside, and in the mid-range as well. A lethal scorer off the bench in this one for the Mariners. Leto for 3 on the right wing off the feed from Peter Lee is off the mark. Rebounded by Jonathan Dillon. Gives that one to Brown, who skips his way to the basket, and his layup is off the mark. Coming back the other way is Jackson Cooks from Prince George, BC. Bastian swings the ball to Peter Lee. Over to Medrovic. Lee throws it down low to Leto. Tried to find Peter Lee at the top of the key, but that one goes out of bounds. Pass a little bit too high for Lee, and he couldn't quite get a handle on it. And it's going to be Bobcat basketball in front of their bench. .7:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mariners have a comfortable lead, currently up 86-43. Despite what might seem like a lopsided score, it's been a very fast-paced game. Lots of chances on both sides of the court. Turnover battles even too. We're not at 16 for those, and some really great performances from some Bobcats, as I've mentioned throughout the broadcast. And Crosina, the first-year guard from Prince George, BC, a Cedars Christian School alumni, gets that basket to go as a three-pointer. Doesn't look like it was counted as a three-pointer, unfortunately. The score in the gym is still at 45 for the Bobcats, but on the live feed, it looks like it's 47, so they deem that a two-pointer. And the Mariners able to beat the clock on that one. Marcus Medrovic with another make there off the feed from Ryan Bastian. Dillon kicks that one out. Shot clock winding down. Bobcats not able to get the shot off in time. Zimmerman coming into the game to relieve Medrovic for a bit. He's had a fantastic game off the bench for the Mariners. Medrovic currently with 11 points on a very efficient 5 of 6 shooting. And Toscane Mtwale, seeing him for the first time in this game from Comox Valley, BC. Toscane Mtwale, his layup's off the mark. Leto, though, with a nice offensive rebound to clean up the scraps. And Leto, who's sporting his number 13 instead of his usual number 60 in this game. Bobcats in the corner. Bastian nearly came away with a steal there. Scramble for the loose ball. And Shri able to recover there. Leto grabs the rebound off the Bobcat miss. Bastian gives that one to Zimmerman. Swung to Cooks, over to Mtwale. In the corner, Dan Zimmerman from Prince George. That one's off the mark. Bastian with the offensive rebound, though, and he puts it in. Establishing his physical presence inside late in this game. Ryan Bastian, another 2 points. And he's been absolutely electric in that secondary unit for the Mariners in this one, who currently lead the Bobcats 92-45 with about 4:45 remaining in the game. Corner three for the Bobcats. That one's good. Luke Olmstead able to fire that one home. He's a first-year guard for the Bobcats. He's having a really solid season for them. Cooks gives it to Toscane Mtwale. Bastian over to Zimmerman. Back to Bastian, who pulls up after the jab step and drills it. Ryan Bastian, the silky mid-range jumper. Another 2 points for the VIU Mariners. Shri in the corner. Gives that one up to Crosina. Couple more substitutions here for the Mariners. We got Peter Lee checking back into the game along with Kyle Layton, the savvy veteran. Mtwale gives it to Zimmerman, to Bastian, to Peter Lee in the corner. Back up to Bastian. Inside to Kyle Layton. Toscane Mtwale for three is off the mark. Good rebound on the offensive glass by Kyle Layton. Mtwale drives baseline, kicks it out to Ryan Bastian. His clock. He went for the poster there on the Bobcat defender and just missed that one. That would have been insane. My goodness. I've seen Ryan Bastian get up and dunk in warm-ups all the time, so he does have that in his arsenal. That just would have been disrespectful as Toscane Mtwale from Comox Valley, BC comes back the other way and gets the layup to go for the Mariners to give them 96 points. Pass almost picked off by the Mariners. Three ball from the Bobcats, though, is off the mark, and Mtwale comes back the other way after getting the rebound. Fast in transition. He got fouled on the layup attempt and will go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 shots. Toscane Mtwale from Comox Valley, BC. This is going to be his third This is going to be his third year at the collegiate level. He's a Marquardt Isfeld Secondary School alumni, which is one of the high schools I went to. So I've had the pleasure of watching Tuscany for a number of years, and have certainly always admired his work ethic and plays basketball the right way. The Mariners team has so much depth that Tuscany Mtwale might not see the minutes that he is worthy enough to get, just because there's so many different players you have to plug in there for the Mariners because they're so deep. But even when he's in there, especially in games, as he gets the second free throw to go there, especially in games where there's a big lead for the Mariners like there is in this one, he plays the right way. It's really easy for a big lead like this for players to get cocky, and force up shots, try to get their stats up and stuff, but you don't see that. You don't see that from the Mariners, as there was a hard foul. Zimmerman, I believe, commits that one on Luke Olmstead, who absorbed the contact to the bench and took a hard fall. It's good to see that he's okay. Swish on the second free throw there from Luke Olmstead, the first-year guard. 2:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mariners up 97-51 as Mudrovic's mid-range jumper on the baseline is off the mark. Drive inside the Bobcats, and a beautiful block on the jump shot by Mudrovic. He got all 5 fingers on that one, and he has been absolutely electric off the bench for the Mariners. He's having an unbelievable game. That last missed shot on the previous possession was only his second miss of the game. He's hit 5 of 7 field goals, 1 of 2 from 3, and has 11 points, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. Tuscany Mtwale gives it to Noah Leto. Peter Lee from 3 at the top of the key. Splashes that one home for VIU. He's one of the 3-point leaders in the PACWEST men's basketball division. Is an absolute sniper from beyond the arc, and the Bobcats' mid-range jumper is off the mark. It was a good look there by Shree, but the Mariners pull that one down. Tuscany Mtwale on the fast break. His layup through contact can't quite make it in. Bobcats coming back the other way. Bit of a miscommunication on the pass, and it almost goes out of bounds and back over the center line. Shree calling for the screen. He swings that one to Krosina, who fires his own 3. One's off the mark. About 1:10 remaining. Mariners have broken 100 points with that last Peter Lee 3, who fires it again and drills it. Peter Lee from 3 yet again, and gives the Mariners 103. Shree drives baseline. His jumper went off the backboard there. It was a good look, though, and an acrobatic way to get the shot off. Peter Lee coming back in transition. His layup's off the mark. They're not going to let him get a 3rd straight bucket on him. Nice defense there by the Bobcats. Bobcats have it at the top of the key. Krosina swings that one. It's in the corner now. Nice pump fake there by Van Egdom. Shree kicks it to the corner. Back on the wing. 3-pointers off the mark. And that looks like that's going to do it. Mariners are going to take their time, not take any more shots. That sportsmanship there, very respectable. And that's going to do it for the VIU Mariners men's basketball matchup against the visiting CBC Bobcats. A dominant victory for the first place Mariners, who have yet to be defeated in this season so far. They extend their winning streak to 11 to start the year. And what a performance from the entire Mariners cast. An incredibly balanced attack. You had 6 Mariner players in double figures, and another one, Peter Lee, who hit 3 threes in the fourth quarter. He had 9 points, so he was very close as well. And wow, what a game. So, like I mentioned, 103-51 for the Mariners. And before we sign off here, a couple of individual player statistics here. First, for the CBC Bobcats, Keegan Sherman led the way offensively for the Bobcats. He had 13 points, 1 rebound. He hit a 3 as well. Jonathan Dillon, who had a couple of highlight reel dunks off of the baseline drive, he had 10 points. Cooled off a little bit in the second half, but was still very effective on both ends of the court for the Bobcats. In addition to his 10 points, he had 2 assists and 4 rebounds on an efficient 5-9 shooting. And then Ubaldo, he had 7 points, 2 assists and 3 rebounds, and he also made 1 of 2 of his 3-point tries. Kyle Brown also had a solid game. He poured in 6 to go along with a rebound on 2 of 5 shooting. He also hit a 3-pointer. And Luke Olmstead, who took a bit of a scary tumble absorbing the contact in the fourth quarter, glad to see that he's okay. He also had 6 points and a 3-pointer as well. And on the Mariners side of things, Landon Radliff leading the charge offensively for the Mariners. He had 18 points, 6 dimes, and 2 rebounds. He also had 2 3-pointers. And Akoy Uwat, the reigning defending VIU men's basketball player of the week, he poured in 17 points, had 11 rebounds for the double-double, 2 assists on an efficient 8 of 13 shooting from the field. And Torrey Odom also continues to play well. He had 15 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds on a very efficient 7 of 10 shooting. He also had a handful of steals, as he usually does. Marcus Medrovic, an incredible game, probably the best I've seen from him this year. Seemed like he was automatic from everywhere on the court. He hit 5 of 7 shots, 1 of those being a 3-pointer. He also had 3 assists and 3 rebounds as well. Had a beautiful backdoor pass to Ryan Bastian, who also had 10 points. He had 4 assists and 7 rebounds to go along with that on 4 of 7 shooting, doing a little bit of everything for the Mariners as he usually does. And also, Richard Henderson had 10 points to go along with 2 rebounds, and he had 14 rebounds for the double-double and 2 assists on an efficient 5 of 10 shooting. Usually used to seeing Richard Henderson get more than 10 points. However, as you see, a lot of Mariners getting points in this one. Really balanced attack, as I mentioned, and Richard Henderson was in a bit of foul trouble for most of the game. And finally, Peter Lee, who poured in at 9 points with 3 3-pointers in the second half. He had 4 rebounds and 3 assists as well. That's going to do it for me tonight. Once again, my name is Austin Height. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first of a doubleheader basketball matchup between the VIU Mariners and the visiting CBC Bobcats. We have 2 games tomorrow here in the VIU Gymnasium. The women's basketball team starts at 12, I believe. And then I think the men's basketball team plays at 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock tomorrow for the men and 12 o'clock tomorrow for the women's basketball team. So 2 very exciting games here at VIU Gymnasium. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. It was so great to have you all join us for these exciting basketball games. Once again, my name is Austin Height, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night and a beautiful start to your weekend.